Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7L today. Got some more Guild Wars for you guys. But before we begin, of course, the joke of the day from Icarus. Yesterday, I accidentally crashed through the doors of a French bakery. I was in a world of pain. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the first one here. Which tower was it? So 3 main towers are actually kind of down, and the stronghold, I think, is kind of ungeared. So we're going to be picking and choosing our fights, and we're going to be choosing some of these stronger towers, or stronger looking towers here. So the top team for this one has Destina, Shu, and Senya. Been getting a lot of requests to see Lionheart Sirmia in action, so here she is in all of her glory. I'm currently running her on Durandal, just testing her out on it, and it's been working quite well in RTA. You're gonna see how well she works out in Guild Wars 2. Mine's still on Lifesteal and Crit Set. I don't have Destruction gear for her, but it should be alright. Moving on, we got Pylus here, and I'm actually going to switch her off Aureus for this one. Let's see if she can actually, she actually still reduces damage taken from counterattacks and stuff, but perhaps we can get some luck with a Rocket Punch Gauntlet. Mine's actually built with Rocket Punch in mind, so 2900 defense and 15k health. So not a whole ton of health for Aureus, but really good for Rocket Punching, and we do have Counter Set as well to help us out in that regard. We're going to have Rowana give a little bit of health to the team as well with some imprints, and she's going to be pretty good for sustaining everybody through her passive healing. We also have her on Stella Harpa, which is going to be quite nice for getting rid of some of the debuffs that Senya's going to inflict onto the team, especially onto Lionheart. So between Pylus and Rowana, hopefully we can cleanse most of the debuffs on the team. Moving on here, we got Navy Captain Landing, Abyssal Euphine, and Rowana of their own. Now, Rowana here actually kind of deters opponents from using things like Bibulus or potentially ML Bologna. ML Bologna could probably still work against this team. A little bit iffy against the ML Euphine, but we're going to try our best here. We're going to be bringing in Elvira, obviously, and she is going to be here with 300 effect resistance. She probably honestly doesn't even need this effect resistance because there's nothing really on the other team that can strip us. Besides Abyssal Euphine, but with Elvira, she'll never get full fighting spirit. We're going to be bringing a more offensive unit. Last time we brought ML Ken, a little bit too reactive. Elvira's immortality ran out before we could take full advantage of ML Ken and finish everyone off. So we're going to bring in Hua Young. She's been proving herself to be quite useful outside of RTA as well. So in Guild Wars, she's a really nice little pick into teams like this. We're not going to deal a whole ton of damage into the ML Landy, but I think we should still be okay. I'm actually kind of contemplating whether or not I should use Ocean Breeze Luluka or Sea Lilius here, honestly. Sea Lilius would be pretty cool for some dual attack shenanigans, but the Ocean Breeze Luluka sustain is going to be pretty good too. I think I'll go with her this time around. We'll see what happens. We're also going to try Elvira into, let's see if we can find other fighting spirit units. Kind of difficult. These are the most common ones, right, that we're going to see. Alright, so our Lionheart's actually going to go. We got hit by the Durandal there, so let's go for the Destina. Let's see the Rocket Punch. Oh, look at that Rocket Punch damage. Pretty good. It's not too bad at all. Okay, with Pylus here, I'm not going to go S3 yet. I don't want to cleanse, so let's just S1. Look at that, pretty decent Rocket Punch Gauntlet damage. She gives a self-defense buff too, is the thing. She gives a defense buff for the team after she's hit several times. So that is something to watch out for. Once you get the defense buff, Rocket Punch Gauntlet starts hitting really, really hard. Alright, and Shu's going to come in with the S3, and that's fine. Oh, that's a almost 30k HP Shu. Look at that, 29k health there. It's pretty scary. We are going to cleanse with the Lionheart, but look how fast Lionheart zoomed down that Comet Readiness bar, right? Look at that, she just took the turn, and she's at 50% Comet Readiness there. Obviously, there's a speed buff here helping her out a little bit, but she's about to take the turn again. Just look at that. We're just going to go for an S1 here. Might be a little bit greedy. Probably should be going for the S3, but hey, look at that. Stella Harpa cleansing us off. Let's go for an S3 here. And let's see how much damage we can do. Alright, everyone's really, really bulky there on the other side, so do gotta be careful. Okay, so we got the cleanse here again, got the defense buff going for the Lionheart. Still nothing for the pilots, but let's go ahead and strip the anti-crit. There we go. Getting rid of the anti-crit is pretty important. Oh, that S2 is going to hurt. Alright, we are still provoked though. That seems to be a pretty high effectiveness Senya, which is a little troubling. He's going to push up the shoe. I'm actually going to go ahead and heal everybody up with the Rowana here. I really don't want the Lionheart taking the brunt of these hits, because it's not going to be too great. Oh my god, look at these counters coming out. Right, we do get to cleanse again, but it's not really helping us all too much. Oh, the Durandal's helping. Okay, the mitigation there from Pylus is pretty nice. I don't need the S3 yet. Let's go for an S1 on the shoe. Let's see if we can provoke her. Very nice, very nice. And let's go for an S3. Let's hope that the Destina doesn't cleanse the shoe. I think she just pushed up recently, but might be mistaken. She's on Guardian Ice Crystals, so got a little bit of healing going on for them. Okay, so we got the... Yeah, look at that. Durandal with Rowana's passive is pretty nice. Gotta say, it's pretty good. Look at that, just shooting up the Comet Readiness bar. We're about to take another turn. I kind of like this. Let's hit the Senya so we can go ahead and get some more combat readiness for the team. Right, let's go for the S3. We're just lapping everybody. Let's see if we can finish off this Destina. If we can, it'd be great. Alright, beautiful, beautiful. Everyone's almost dead here. Actually, Senya wanted to die first, so unfortunately we can't stop that. We could go for an S3 here, so let's go for the Destina. Just finish her off. Boom, very nice. And Rocket Punch should actually finish things off here too. So look at that, Rocket Punch Pilot's working out. She never really worked for me in RTA, which is why I kind of took her off the Rocket Punch. But yeah, she seems to work pretty well here. Do we go for the... Ooh, who do we go for? Do we go for Landy first? Or do we go for the Abyssal Euphine? I think we go for the Landy first. Yeah, let's go for the Landy. Because oh, that is super, super nice. I want to push up the Hua Young. I kind of don't want Land to counter, but it doesn't matter because she has unhealable. So let's go for it. Hua Young, she could S3 here, but honestly, I think I'll just go for an S1. We do have Uberius too. Oh yeah, oh my god, the damage. I'm pretty happy with this. Alright, so Rowana's gonna go ahead and put up the revive buff. Yeah, this is a pretty nice, aggressive team. So let's go for the S3. We will be proccing the Rowana's healing, but it doesn't really matter too much. There's only 2 units on the other side, so it's not that much combat readiness and healing. But then we do get to strip some of the buffs here. That's nice. The revive buff's off the Euphine, and she can counter still, but let's just go for her. Oh, she's on Mature Sunglasses. That's good to know. So Mature Sunglasses on the Abyssal Euphine means that she won't be reviving. Oh, look at that. And we got an attack buff. Let's go straight for the Euphine here. She typically is built with around 2,000 attack. That's, you know, before she goes into her trauma state, which triples her attack. Oh yeah, look at that. Easy peasy, guys. So Elvira pretty much just shutting down the fighting spirit gain, right, of both the ML Landy and the Abyssal Euphine. Obviously, you could probably play aggro and just kind of ignore that anyway, but not too shabby. You essentially just want to have her to put pressure on your opponent and stop them from... Ooh, good dual attack. You essentially just want to stop your opponent from potentially sacking you, right? In the case where we don't kill the Abyssal Euphine or she's on Holy Sack and stuff, and she comes back and she's at full combat readiness, she won't have the Fighting Spirit 2S3, and that's the main reason you're using Elvira. She's also really good in RTA too. I just need to go ahead and find an opportunity to use her. People are kind of backing off of the Abyssal Euphine ML Landy first picks, actually. Alright, unfortunately we missed there, but Elvira, you saw the damage she did on Abyssal Euphine, right? To basically half her health is damage, it's insane. Okay, but let us go for the S3 here. I should finish off the Rowana, get another nice animation. Yeah, really, honestly, been really surprised with Hua Young's performance. she is she is shining again, and just not as oppressive as she used to be, right? So yeah, there you go, Elvira's first match, success. Alright, let's go into our second match over here. Gonna be going up against Queen Kelly. This tower seems to be pretty interesting, and I wanted to test out this tower because they actually have Lionheart on the first team here. Now I can actually just take Elvira and put her on the second team as well. Abyssal Euphine there, she would be actually pretty good into this matchup as well. But we already showcased her against ML Landy and ML Euphine, so might as well showcase her against a different fighting spirit unit. So Elvira against Lionheart is insane. You essentially just can counter, extra attack, dual attack, whatever, and Lionheart can't do anything about it. She's not going to gain fighting spirit. She does get her buffs, but yeah, you'll never really see her S3 at all. She'll just be S1ing. And so, yeah, Elvira, still same build, still same artifact, just in case. Host is a banquet. The effect res is the only reason I'm running this. You can run her on Bastion of Hope, but for me personally, that's on Sage Ball. But she still has 300 resist with it. Not too bad. Both the Arbol and the Lionheart are going to be attacking our Abyssal Euphine here, and she's going to be on Elbrus. She's going to be on Lifesteal as well, and she has a chance to counter. So the reason I'm bringing her here is because she's dark and there's 2 light units. We have higher chances to counter, just more chances for me to show you guys how Elvira is just so oppressive against fighting spirit units, right? And just to top it off, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, we have Ocean Breeze Luluka. So she'll be providing some healing, some sustain. She has Guardian Ice Crystals as well, and she will actually help give her the buffs that ML Calric puts on the team as well. So yeah, that's the top team there. Destina, Abyssal Euphine, and Aola on the bottom team. So we're going to bring in our own hand guy here. He's going to be on Warhorn, which gives 10% of attack to allies, and we have a 5.4% attack imprint too. So he's going to cleanse Aola's debuffs, and he's also going to give Hua Young a lot more damage output. So she's going to be very nice. She's going to be higher than 4,700 attack, that's for sure. Going to keep her on Eubiris' Tooth just in case we need that extra damage to finish people off here. I think the attack difference is enough that I don't need any other attack boosting artifact. And we're going to bring in Briar Witch because she's good against Destina. So she's probably going to get debuffed by the Aola, but it's fine. We'll see how it goes, but pretty sure she can survive long enough for me to at least kill the Abyssal Euphine. Once I kill Abyssal Euphine, everything should be okay. Alright, we are going to be going first with Ocean Breeze Luluka. I actually sped her up a little bit, so let's go for the Lionheart. We actually don't fear dual attacks, so might as well. Let's go with Elvira's S3 onto the... Let's go onto the Arwell herself. I know the barrier is going to absorb some of the damage, but Escort would have taken a lot of the damage from any other unit anyway. Okay, so yeah, as expected, everyone's going to be going for this Abyssal Euphine here. She is going to get stunned, and my opponent is going to cleanse. But that's going to push up the Ocean Breeze Luluka. We're going to strip everything very, very soon. Alright, and we do get some healing here, so let's go for the S3, get a defense buff, and we get the ice cream buff as well. Here comes the debuffs. Now watch this with the Lionheart. It's gonna be pretty funny, watch. She gets the proc, but like no fighting spirit whatsoever. And yeah, we're just gonna be chilling, I guess. Elvira also, the dual attacks that she has are not gonna affect the Lionheart either. So we could just get rid of her defense buff here. I guess we might as well get rid of that defense buff, or not. She can just resist too. We have 100 effectiveness on Elvira. Should have been enough to strip most Lionhearts. Oh, there we go. Oh no, never mind. The strip comes on the extra attack there. There we go. Got rid of the defense buff. I forgot that they changed her. She used to strip on the S1. Alright, and I guess we just turn cycle a little bit. Euphine actually has her full fighting spirit, so it doesn't matter that this Calric's going to debuff us. Or actually, he didn't, he missed, but it's okay. We're going to strip everything and push everyone back, and we should be able to take the next turn with her. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's just absolutely amazing what Elvira can do, right? You just shut down so much potential on the other team. Soul burn this into the Lionheart. She is down. Fair unit. And we get to go again. Let's go into the Arwell because she has Escort. And now we are back to being tanky. So let's push up the Elvira. She does lose her immortality here, but again, we took out the fighting spirit unit during that time, right? And that's what you should be focusing on, is getting rid of your opponent's fighting spirit unit when you have your immortality up, because afterwards you are going to be kind of vulnerable. You do still shut down the fighting spirit unit, but once you're out of immortality, usually an RTA she's going to be pretty low on health if your opponent is smart enough and they're trying to focus her down. The closer she gets to losing her immortality, and if you don't have a soul burn, you can't actually take the extra turn and replenish her immortality with another S3. Alright, let's go for an S3 here. Speaking of S3, get to see a nice little animation once more. I find it really strange, right? You would assume that there's some sort of impact. She just kind of licks her lips and then Coward takes damage. Which is really funny saying out loud, actually. She just licks her lips and people take damage. But I'm sure some of you guys out there are kind of into that stuff, so it's alright, I guess. Alright, finishing things off with a little dual attack. And it's pretty clean. Elvira doing some good stuff here. Alright, now let's see if we can actually survive this team. Good thing my Cowric actually goes before my Braiseri. This is a faster Aeola. Most people are actually building Aeola a little bit faster nowadays with 200, 250 effectiveness. They're opting to go for less bulk, less resist. So what we're gonna do is just go after the Aeola. This will kind of force the Destina to pop. Yep, there we go. That's exactly what we wanted. Once we got Aeola low enough, usually below half health is when Destina pops her S3, then we get to pop off here. So with my Hua Young, I could actually go for an S2 or S3 into the Abyssal Euphine and kill her. I think this should kill, because, I mean, Destina already used her S3 revive. We should get Hua Young's S3 before Destina gets her S3 back. Oh yeah, look at that. And there you go. So no more Abyssal Euphine here, and Braiseri prevents the revive anyway. Actually, I'm an idiot, so I brought Braiseri for a reason, and that was the reason why. So Aeolas are again quite squishy nowadays, so you can do quite a bit of damage against them. We'll see if Hua Young can finish her off. Ooh, that was a big CR push. Let's go push up the Hua Young. No soul burn. I really wanted. Oh, soul burn might have killed there. I think soul burn would have killed. It's all right. Let's go for the S1, and there you go. We'll see what Hua Young's soul burn damage is going to be like into this Destina. Let's see what it is like. How much damage can we do? Uberius is proc. Oh my god, 10k damage from a single S1. That's huge. Now, given she is a support unit, but hey, against squishier support units out there, that's not terrible at all. Right? And then Hua Young also pairs kind of well with Cowric still. You don't need the attack from him anymore, but he does give a nice little barrier for protection, CR pushing with S1, and most importantly, if you S2 a DPS unit, you put attack down on them, Hua Young can actually increase the amount of damage she does to them, so she synergizes quite well with attack down units nowadays, right? So that's kind of good. Anyway, both Elvira and Hua Young coming out on top today, not too shabby. Alright, let's find our third tower and finish this guild war off. Alright guys, and last but not least, we have our last tower over here. We're gonna fight Yuzu Anbu, and this team is looking pretty interesting. So, for the top one, we got Apoc, Ravi, Spirit Eye, Celine, and Rowana. So, discouraging extra attacks here, which is perfectly fine. We're actually gonna go for our pilots here once more. She's gonna be, again, rocking the Rocket Punch Gauntlet, and I think that'll be quite nice. Even though we're on counter set, it should still be okay. Rocket Punch Gauntlet into the Spirit Eye Celine will deal a lot of damage, and it'll be quite good. We're also going to be just using Hua Young, because, I mean, it's a perfect team for her. It really is. And I wasn't actually scouting teams for her specifically. I was looking mostly for Elvira matchups here, but Hua Young just works so well into these Guild War teams where they have really either really squishy units that have like a gimmick like Celine, or they have really bulky tanky units like you know, Apoc Ravi, for example, here. Down here we also have a couple bulky units too, but let me show you the Doris that's going to be tanking that Apoc that we just mentioned earlier. She's on Prophetic Candlestick for some additional cooldowns on her S2 and S3, and overall she's just a really good light bait. For the bottom team here, Arya, ML Bologna, and Aeola. So this is another unit that Elvira shuts down, ML Bologna. So if you were to use something like ML Landy, who, by the way, would actually probably be pretty good on this team here. But if you were to use ML Landy, and your opponent picked ML Bellona, you can pick the Elvira and shut down the Bellona, right? You can prevent her from gaining the fighting spirit, and so she'll never S2 you, which is pretty good. Just gotta keep that in mind, that you don't bring someone like Lionheart into that Bellona, otherwise you'll be in a kind of a tricky situation where neither of you will really activate anything. Alright, but the Spirit, sorry, not Spirit Eye Celine, my normal Earth Celine is on the Secret Art Storm Sword. This is her build. She's very tanky, and she's mainly built for RTA, but she'll work for these purposes here. We also have Hand Guide, just in case, for the Aeola. I really needed to figure out who to bring that can potentially cleanse. And my Calric is 252, slightly faster than Elvira, so most likely he's going to be going first. If the Aeola goes first and debuffs Elvira, it's going to be an issue. I didn't want her to Elvira to get the unbuffable. If we get the unbuffable landed on us, we're kind of screwed, right? So we just have to be careful about that. We do have an S3 ready right out the gate. Do we want to slap this A Ravi, or do we want to go after the Celine here? I think we'll be... I mean, even if we kill the Ravi, Celine is going to revive anyway. Oh, it almost one-shot the Celine there. Actually, that's a pretty high HP for a Celine. Almost 10k health. If it was a normal Celine, I would say that she probably would have died there. Right? I think she probably would have. But Rowanna's going to come in with an S3, and that's... it's alright. We have a little healing from Doris, right? The continuous heal buff. So we can go for pilots here. Let's go for an S3 into the... ooh. Do I even want to go for an S3? Let's go for an S1. Hit here. Okay, strip the... Oh my god, look at that rocket punch damage right there. Okay, so I think we're fine. We can just go ahead and finish off this Celine. Huayan doesn't crit. So that is pretty good, and we can just turn cycle the Huayan. We don't even really need to use our S3 for healing. We can use Doris's S3, which is a great CR push, by the way, to just get Huayan back into circulation here, and we can try to, let's try to hit this Rowanna. Nope, couldn't strip anything, but we got the hit in there. Do we go for the A Ravi? Let's go for the A Ravi. Let's see how much damage we can do. Is it on Proof of Valor? I don't think so. I didn't see the artifact flash. Alright, 16k damage, not too shabby. We also live with the barrier, by the way. Look at that. A Ravi does no damage to us with our barrier on Huayan, which is really notable. It's actually very important. So we'll go ahead and blind the APOC Ravi. Let's soul burn this. Okay, she's gonna counter here. And nice little damage. Let's go for an S3 on the APOC as well. Why not? Get that barrier replenished for the team, and get that rocket punch gauntlet damage flowing. There we go, another counter. A little heal from the Rowanna, but we're out damaging the Rowanna here. Should be able to push up the Huayan once more. And just finish off the APOC Ravi. Holy, look at that. Making quick work of these units. Didn't even need the Uberius' Tooth proc there. Yeah, Huayan just absolutely destroys bruiser teams like that. We'll just get another S3 going, and I think this will finish off the Rowanna. Look at that turn cycling. You have someone who can CR push, like even Destina, right? Destina does the same 50% CR push, but on a 2-turn cooldown, pretty good for Huayan. Alright, Rowanna down, moving on, and Elvira's actually going first. This is... ooh... it's kind of iffy, isn't it? This is a little bit iffy here. So, I think what I'll do is I'll go into the Aria. And the reason I'm going to the Aria is if I get Defense Breaker, Celine can kill. Oh, yes, we do Defense Breaker. So now watch this. We're gonna go ahead and S1. So push up the Celine. Now, when Aeola does her non-attack skill, Celine gets to go into the Bellona here. And we get an attack buff, right? Look at that. And Bellona can't do anything. Look at Bellona. She has no fighting spirit at all. Can't do anything whatsoever. Let's go straight into this Aria. Finish her off, because she is the most dangerous unit on the opponent's team right now. If she gets stealth, then she can protect everybody, and it's not going to be good. Thankfully, the ML Bellona goes for our Celine, who does evade. Thankfully, one of the few units I have who occasionally evades. And now we just finish off the Bellona. So Bellona's a sitting duck against a team like this, right? Ooh. We're actually going to be cleansing our opponent here, but it's fine. Because, it's fine because normally a AoE attack like this will proc Bellona's extra attack, but here we really don't care. It really doesn't matter. Now the only unfortunate thing is we weren't able to finish off the Bellona here, but it's all good. Let's go for a an S1 onto the Aola. I don't want to push up the Aola too much. I do want Celine to be able to finish off this Bellona. Okay, let's give the Celine an attack buff, so she can do a bit more damage here. Elvira's one turn left, so this might not be good for us if we don't kill. Uh-oh, we don't kill here. Alright, that was a clutch little dual attack. I'll take it. I'll take it. So Elvira gets to actually live for her debut. Well, quote-unquote debut. She kind of made an appearance in the last Guild War video, but yeah. There you go, guys. You can really just, again, shut down those fighting spirit units and focus them down as fast as possible. Obviously, Earth Celine probably not the best option here. Could go for better options, but just an example of what you can get away with when she's on your side. But with that being said, though, guys, let me know what you guys think of Elvira in the comment section down below. And until next time, take care.